Books of prime entry or special journal. Sales journal and sales return journal. We are talking about these two in this practice problem. The video is for all accounting students, equally important for Cambridge International Examination students, IGCSE students and BIE Board of Intermediate Examination Karachi students. Let's see. Enter up the sales daybook and the return inward daybook from the following details. These two books are to be prepared. Then post to the customer's account and show the transfer to the general ledger. General ledger of each customer is to be prepared. Nominal ledgers are not required. We had already done about nominal ledgers in problem 1. They are not required in this problem. 2019 is the year, June 1 is the date. Credit sales to Daniel, Ryan, Sultan and Tariq for these amounts are done on this date. Goods returned to us by Daniel and Tariq. The sale of goods transactions will be recorded in sales daybook. The return of goods transactions will be recorded in return inward daybook. The date is important. Name of customers and the amounts are important. Invoice numbers are not given. These 4 names will go in sales daybook. This name will go in sales return inward daybook. Credit sales to Bina will be recorded in sales daybook. Goods returned by Sultan will be recorded in return inward daybook. Credit sales to Tanya will be recorded in sales daybook. These are the columns of sales daybook. We can assume any page number for this. SL42, SL43, this means sales ledger 42, sales ledger 43. We had assumed the numbers because we'll be using the same numbers here in the sales ledger for these customers. So let's go to the sales ledger or the sales daybook. We are entering the names, the dates and the amounts from the question. We are looking at the question and we are entering the names, the dates and the amounts only of those transactions in which goods are sold. In which the goods are returned, the transactions in which the goods are returned will be avoided, ignored because they will be recorded in sales return daybook. We had entered all the transactions, all the names, all the amounts. We had assumed sales ledger numbers for them. After that, we'll find a total. This total will be transferred to sales account. Sales account is the nominal account because it's not required in the question to prepare this account. So we'll not refer to this amount again. Only find a total and write here that on the last day of the month, the amount will be transferred to sales account. We are done with the first part of requirement 1, that is sales daybook. Let's prepare sales return daybook. Return inward daybook, or you can say the sales return journal. The transactions in which the goods are returned to us on the dates with the amounts will be posted here. Use the same folio numbers which you had assumed for the same customer in sales daybook. SL42 was assumed for Daniel. Sales ledger 42, again for Daniel we'll use the same number because we'll be using the same number in the Daniel's account of sales ledger. So do remember this. These are imaginary or you had assumed them, but they have some importance. After entering the transactions of goods returned, let's find the total. It means $63 goods are altogether returned to us by these 3 customers. This amount is to be transferred to return inward account on the last day of the month. Let's continue with the second requirement. Daniel's account. We are preparing requirement 2 now. The sales ledger accounts we are preparing. You can say these are the trade receivable ledgers which we are preparing for the customers. Daniel's account. This is the trade receivable ledger of Daniel, debit side and the credit side. The columns are date, details, folio, amount, date, details, folio, amount. The trade receivable of Daniel will be debited when we are selling goods to him. The trade receivable Daniel will be credited when he returns us the goods. The balance by finding the difference will be written on the side which is lesser in total. The folio column tells us the return inward posting from this journal and the sales journals posting in the debit side. The same carried down balance will become the brought down balance on July 1. Same is to be done for the next customer, Ryan. We sold him goods, so trade receivable Ryan will be debit. No credit entry because he didn't return us the goods. The same will become balance carried down, rule of the account, and carried down will become brought down balance. Next customer after Ryan, we have Sultan's details. We sold him goods for 94, trade receivable Sultan, debit by 94. He returned us the goods of 12. We'll credit the trade receivable account by 12. The difference is 82. We still have to receive this amount from Sultan. Rule of the account by writing the total. The carried down will become the brought down balance, and Sultan's account with the number which we assumed for him is done. Still we have to receive $82 from Sultan. Next customer, Tariq. Trade receivable Tariq will be debit when we'll sell goods to him. It will be credit when we'll return goods to him. And the balance carried down is the difference of these two amounts. Total is same. The same carried down will become the brought down. Bina's account, trade receivable debit, nothing in credit. The same will become balance carried down and balance brought down. Tanya's account, we'll sell goods to her, trade receivable debit, nothing in credit, so the same will become balance carried down and brought down. That's all. Like, share, subscribe, Commerce Lecture.